Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Just wanted to give you a small glimpse into my closet and show you some of the pickups that I've gotten over the last couple years. So let's get into it. So first one I'm going to talk about is Jordan 7s, and by all means, please forgive my closet for looking how they look, because I got like shoes and clothes and stuff everywhere. But these are Jordan 7s. A lot of people aren't really fans of the Jordan 7 for some reason. I think the Jordan 7 does not get the love and the recognition that I feel like it should get. A lot of people are a lot more Jordan 1 fans, and maybe even possibly like Jordan 3 fans, especially with like the black cements that came out again this year, and the Rare Air 3s, which I think were actually really pretty dope. But a lot of people just don't really like 7s like that. And Jordan brand doesn't really release Jordan 7s as frequently as they used to. They used to do a lot more back in the day, like the Raptors and the True Blue or the French Blues, the ones that Michael Finley used to wear. Shout out Michael Finley. This one is the Jordan 7 in the Cardinal colorway. I picked these up when they came out back in, was it like December of 23 or December of 22? December, I think it was 22. And the only reason I bought these is that I also changed out the laces I found some laces with gold tips, because these didn't come out with gold tips. The only reason I picked these up, I'm not gonna lie to you, is that one of my favorite TV shows is Seinfeld, and Jerry wore a pair of the Cardinal 7s in this one particular episode where Jerry and Elaine went over to the Drake's house, and the Drake and his girlfriend got into a huge fight and they broke up, and Jerry had the Cardinals on. So I always thought that was so dope. So when they re-released, I had to get them just because that's like one of my favorite sitcoms, and actually one of my favorite colorways and silhouettes of all time. So I had to cop those. Oh, let's talk about Dion's, because Dion's are making a comeback now. So the red Dion's that came out earlier this summer, that was red on red. I forget what they call them. But I got this pair off of eBay a few years ago. That I got them for a good deal. As you can see, they're yellowing a little bit because I've had them for a while. They were, I'm assuming, at a Marshalls or a TJ Maxx or a Ross or something at one point, because the person I bought them from off eBay had several pair, and they all had the 12 size sticker in the insole in the shoe, and a little bit of writing right there. So I'm thinking it might have been a Ross or a Burlington pickup or something at one point. But yeah, the Dion's, I think they're such a dope colorway, such a dope shoe. And with the resurgence of all of the Dion's and stuff over the last few months, with the 49ers / Falcons colorway, so I hate that I missed those. If anybody has a 12 or anything like that, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to pick them up off your off your hands. Let's see what else. I gotta look through the boxes and see what I got here. Another shoe that is one of my favorites is the Jordan 6 Carmine colorway. These were always a favorite of mine. I remember when I was a kid in the 90s, Macaulay Culkin had a pair of these on one time. I think he was promoting Home Alone. He had a pair of these, and I always thought they were so dope. And this is the colorway that came out in 2021. It's the last pair that came out a few years ago, where they had all the B grades. They ended up having like a whole bunch of like bleeding from the dye onto the shoes and stuff, so they had to B grade a bunch of them. So I was really lucky that mine didn't do that. So I was really lucky. A lot of people really don't mess with mids. I got a couple pairs of mids in my closet. Jordan 1 mids. I know a lot of people just don't really like them for some reason. But for me, I actually think they're actually a little bit more functional than the highs. 85 highs, in my personal opinion, are just a little too tall. But I actually like the mids. I'm a fan of the mids. I'm probably one of the only people that you probably know that are actually fans of mids. But here's one of my favorite mids that I picked up over the last few years. It's the Jordan 1 mid, and they call them the Wheaties colorway, but I mean, it's very reminiscent of like a Knicks or Mets color or something like that. So, but they're the Wheaties. You know, Jordan had a few appearances on the Wheaties box throughout his career and stuff like that. So, very reminiscent of his multiple Wheaties appearances on the cereal box. Let's see what else I got in here that are some of my favorites. Oh yeah, let's talk about these. My Air Raids. Air Raids in the Roswell Ray Guns colorway. Roswell Ray Guns, if you didn't know, was a fictional basketball team that Nike created in the early 2000s, back when I was like a teenager, where they were supposed to be like a 1970s like ABA team or something like that. And they were based out of Roswell, New Mexico. That's why they had the little alien on the logo. A few years ago, Nike revamped the whole Roswell Ray Guns collection and stuff like that. So they came out with this Air Raid, which, if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember if it was a Tim Hardaway shoe originally. I can't remember, but the Air Raids, they came out in the Roswell Ray Guns. But anyway, the fictional team is like a fictional ABA team, and back in the day they had like Vince Carter, Jerry Stackhouse on that team and stuff like that. I always thought they were so dope when I was a teenager, so when they came out with the Roswell Ray Gun stuff again, I had to like definitely take advantage of it. I actually got a matching shirt to go with them too, so such a dope colorway. And yeah, some of my boxes didn't make it over the years, so I had to like repurpose a lot of like older boxes, turn them inside out and stuff like that. So a lot of them don't really match the the shoe, so I have to like write what's on the shoe, what's on the shoe box to let me know what's in the shoes and stuff. See how they do with the Deons and stuff. Yeah, let's see what else I got. Let's talk about, oh, my favorite Jordan 13s of all time is the Flints. Flint 13s. This is the 2020 pair. Flint 13s is my favorite all-time Jordan 13 colorway. Like, I like the He Got Games. The playoff 13s that came out a couple years ago. I like those too, but the Flints are always like my favorite 13. So these are like, just because of one of my favorite colors is navy. So I always thought that these were such a dope colorway. Heavily slept on. I think a lot of people just don't really like the Flints, just because so many more people are like into like I said, the He Got Games and the playoff 13s and stuff like that. But I always thought the He Got Games were dope too. But Flints are always my favorite. A lot of people probably don't know what these are. The Flight 95s, Zoom Flight 95s, aka the Jason Kidds. I always thought they were cool, so they re-released these a couple years ago as well, so I had to cop those. They're actually very comfortable, and I wanted to get the white and red ones too, the Brent Berries, and the ones that Brent Berry wore in the dunk contest, but I wasn't able to find those. So, but yeah, those are just some of the shoes I have picked up over the years that I thought they were very interesting. Like, I consider myself like a Wilbur sneakerhead, just because I feel like there's so many other different shoes that I will wear. Now, the shoes are a part of our culture and stuff like that, especially my culture growing up, and they're attached to different memories and stuff. So I've always thought, like, you know, It's always good to just pick up, shoes as you see them and stuff like that. And it's always a good thing when they're on sale as well. So, yeah, that's just some of my my pickups that I've gotten over the last few years. So, thank you for watching.